Welcome everyone. Today I'll explain two ways of extracting data in SQL. That is by use of like operator and underscore wildcard. Suppose it's a comment, I just introduce the forward slash and close with a star and a forward slash. So the like operator is the number one way of extracting data, followed by, or rather I'm going to display the two, and now it's being applied in SQL. So the like operator here is used to match. So the like operator allows for pattern matching, while the underscore wildcard is used to match any single character. So that's the difference between the like operator and underscore wildcard. For the like, it is used for matching or pattern matching. So I can write that used for pattern matching, while underscore wildcard allows, or I can say it's used to match any single character. Now, having known that, having known or differentiating between the like and underscore wildcard, we can go ahead and pose a question. Then we see how the two applies. So my first question here, okay, my first question here, okay, or rather let me just use the single, suppose a single comment, and just use the two events. So find all address with postal codes that have exactly 6 characters. So I'm going to use this question here to extract the records as per the question request. So the question here is find all addresses or address postal codes that have exactly 6 characters. So here I'm going to use the underscore wildcard, because here I'm querying this because this underscore wildcard is used to match any single character. So here you have how many characters? You have 6 characters. So this wildcard or underscore wildcard will do the job. So I'll first type select star from the table here. So I'm going to use the normal table that I normally use, that is the person. This time around let me use a different table. I'm going to use person to the address table. So I'm used to person.person, but let me use person.address. Okay, so if I run this one, the results or the records here, or the record displayed shows a number of columns. So we have a record of 19,614 rows. So that's a lot. So from this record here, so I'm interested with the postal code with 6 characters. So the where clause comes in. The where clause will do the job. So where postal code like, okay, like single quote, then I count 6 characters, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then I close the single quote. So there we go. When I execute, I'll be able to see this column here with the matching characters, or with 6 characters displayed. So that question is well answered. That's how the underscore wildcard is used in SQL. So it's used to match any single character in a string, and I've given an example there. Now moving to the next operator here. The next operator here is what called the like operator. So the like operator here, as I've said, the like operator performs the job differently or it allows for pattern matching. So the like operator used for pattern matching. Let me just write the correct spelling, used for pattern matching. So again, I'll go ahead and pull another question. So let me pull another question. Okay, so fine. So I'm going to find all products whose name contain the word element. So I'm going to retrieve a record from the products table, or the column whose name contain, or from the column. Okay, so I'll just extract. So I'm going to use the select. Select all from use product. Okay, product table, production, the product table. When I execute, I'll see 5 or 4 rows, or a record with 504 rows. So from this record here, I'm interested with the column name, the column or the product, or I'm going to filter all product whose name contain the word element. So I'm going to scroll down, check the product name. So the first or the second column contains the product name. So if I scroll down, I'll be able to see several items with the name element. Okay, so I'm going to use the where class, where name name like. So here I'm going to use percent wildcard with the name element. Then I close with percent, then single quote. So this one will give a record or display the records with the name element. So you execute the query, you'll find 3 records with the name element. So I've got the first one, the second one, and that one. So that's how that question is well answered, where you're using the percentage, the like, with 2% enclosing the name element. So that one is well understood. Let me have another example. The next example here, I'm going to find all employees whose job title ends with the word manager. So I want to find all employees whose job title ends with the word manager. Okay, so go ahead and type the word select to communicate with the database. I'll type the word select. Again, I'll select star from Adventure Works 2019. So the schema, I'm going to use the employees. I'm going to use employees schema. So the employees are found in human resource schema. That human resource dot employees with employee. So when I execute this one, I'll come up with 290 records. So I have 290 records displayed. So the question here requires me to extract or to find all employees whose job title ends with word manager. So required, I use the where class. My job title, like single quote, then percentage comes in, then the name manager comes in between the percent, then I close the single quote. There we go. I now execute, get my 17 records. So here, as you can see, this title name ends with the name manager. As you can see, again that one is well answered. So that's how the like and the like operator comes in SQL. We can have the last example here. Let me pause the last example. So I'm going to find all cells orders whose purchase order number ends with the letter SW. So here I'm going to find all the sales orders whose purchase order number ends with the letter SW. So to find that record, I'll select again star from Advenios 19 adopt. So the schema here is the purchasing the purchase order details. That's where I'm going to get my records. If I execute, good. So this one gives a record 8,845 records are displayed here. So in this record, I'm going to filter the orders whose purchase order number ends with the letter SW. So I'm going to use the where clause, where purchase order number, where the purchase order number so my schema is the purchase order I'm going to do the cells. I'm going to do the cells schema, cells order. So this schema will give us the desired output. So where the purchase, okay, let's give the purchase order. And come back a little bit, just check on the purchase order. Let me try executing this to see whether purchase order number, the purchase order number, okay, it's this one. The purchase order number is missing in this record. Let me check the cells dot sales. Let me execute this one. Okay, so good. So this column here is what I'm looking for, the purchase order number. So I want to extract this column here, and so I'm going to extract the cells whose purchase order number ends with the letter SW. So here I'm going to type where purchase order number, like single quote SW, then I close single quote, then I execute. Okay, so that means it's nothing like that. It's nothing ending with SW from that table there. Let me check once again the purchase order. So let me use a different column. Let me use the currency red ID with the nulls. So I want to display all records with the null currency red. So I'm going to type where the currency red, like, okay, like null or equals to null. Just use the equals to null. Equals to null. Red, like, okay. So the nulls, let me count the nulls. That's how many characters. So we just use the underscore L. So the null has got 4 characters. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. And close. And I execute. Okay, so here I'm going to get thousands of records with the null. The current select. Giving me some. So let me go back and use the purchase order number, like, record there. So that means there's no record under purchase order column with SW. So in that case, there's no record displayed that matter. So thank you for watching this video. See you again in my next video.